Sony has created a slim PlayStation 4 console to replace the standard, chunkier PlayStation 4 console. For as long as I can remember, Sony has launched a slim PlayStation console. For each generation, they have kept up the tradition. The PS4 is the most up-to-date console of theirs, and now we're seeing a slim version of it. But aside from the new build construction, the slimmer build construction, there's not a heck of a lot of new features to be found. The console you see here is the limited edition Uncharted 4 500GB bundle. What this means is you get a copy of Uncharted 4 in the box. On the rear of the box, you'll see Sony mention how this console will work with the soon-to-be-released PlayStation VR headset, which we do hope to get our hands on. It's pretty neat of them to make reference of that. I'm pretty excited myself. But let's go ahead and unbox this thing. The first thing we'll need to do is slice off the piece of tape holding this box together. We'll see a white box tucked away inside this outer shell. From here, it's just a matter of prying open the cardboard flaps. Then we will find the very first item in the box. The first item in the box is a micro USB charging cable that will be used during the setup process and to charge the DualShock 4 wireless controller. Next, we have a standard HDMI cable. Since this console cannot output 4K content like the PlayStation 4 Pro, its max resolution output is 1080p. There is a very cheap headset included here that will get the job done, but you'll really want to pick up a higher quality headset if you plan on talking to your friends for any significant length of time. Seriously guys, this thing is pretty darn cheap. There is an AC power cable, and you'll see there is no external power supply attached to this cable because the console features an internal power supply. Again, nothing really new here. Last but not least is a DualShock 4 wireless controller. As someone who has used a PS3 controller more than probably any other game controller, I must say this controller is a big improvement. Sony did tweak the design a little bit with this new console. It's a little bit hard to see here, but there is a new light bar on the front of the game controller. So now we can also carefully remove the PS4 Slim from the box. You'll see that when I do so, a couple more things fall out of the box. We have a PS4 quick start guide in a multitude of languages, and there's a copy of Uncharted 4, freshly sealed and everything. Sony also included a pamphlet that details all of the freebies you can get with the purchase of this console. You get a 14-day free trial to the PlayStation Network, a 1-month free trial of Spotify Premium, and PlayStation Vue, or View. Now we can take a look at the console. Once we remove all of the plastic, we'll see, once again, no surprise, a very thin system, one that measures in at roughly 1.5 inches high and 10.4 inches wide. I think the most apparent new design change is the rounded corners. The original PS4 had sharp corners with a glossy black and matte black finish. This new console has rounded corners with just a matte black finish all around. It looks better in person, but it's not the best looking console in my opinion. In terms of buttons and ports, we'll find a power on-off button and eject button on the left-hand side of the device next to the disk drive. There are two front-facing USB ports, but there's a wide gap between them, which looks a little bit gross. This is not the most aesthetically pleasing console, as you can see. The left-hand side of the device features some vents and a flap to replace the hard drive. There are some more vents on the right-hand side. This is also where you can install a vertical stand, which is sold separately, unfortunately. On the rear of the console, we have from left to right, we have the AC power port, an auxiliary port, HDMI out, and Ethernet port. There is no optical out like there is on the original PS4. We'll see that on the very bottom of the console, the PlayStation buttons act as little legs to elevate the console from the surface it is sitting on. Also, the PlayStation logo is centered on the box, both on the top and bottom, as you can see here. The setup process is really easy. All you need to do is plug in the AC power cable and plug in the HDMI cable, turn on your TV, switch to the right inputs and whatnot, and you're good to go. When the system boots up, you'll be asked to connect your DualShock 4 controller to the console via a micro USB cable. Then you pick your language. You connect to the internet via LAN, or wireless internet. One neat perk is that the PS4 Slim features support for 5 GHz Wi-Fi. So if you have that option in your home, you should probably use it. Once that is complete, you'll be asked to connect a PlayStation camera, but since I don't have a PlayStation camera, I'm gonna skip this step. You'll then be asked to set the date and time, which it should automatically set, but you might need to steer it in the right direction. You can then set the time until the PS4 automatically turns off when you are not operating it. I'm just going to keep these at their default settings. Next, you can select the features you want to use in rest mode. The more you select, the more power the PS4 will consume. I'm also going to keep these the way they are. After that, you'll be asked to accept the PlayStation 4 System Software License Agreement. It's probably a good idea to read this, but once you accept, the setup process is complete. That's it, there's not much to it. Behind the scenes, I did have to install the latest 4.0 update, which includes a bunch of new features and UI changes. I also did sign into my PSN account. @BoHD if anyone wants to add me. But there you have it. This is the Sony PlayStation 4 Slim. If you already own a PS4, I don't really see any reason to upgrade to the Slim model. But if you're completely new to Sony or don't have a PlayStation 4 and are looking to pick one up, you'll probably want to grab the Slim unless you can find a killer deal on the older model. I'm going to leave a link in the description of this video to check out the PS4 Slim on Amazon if you are interested. If you enjoyed this video and would like to see a full review, hit the thumbs up button, subscribe if you're brand new. As always, I'm BoHD from PhoneDog.com. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching, and I will see you right back here in the next one. See ya.